We are recording.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us this week. My name is Nancy Cummings, and my business partner and friend Rebecca Kosak and I are coming at you from not so sunny Claremont, Florida and New Hampshire. And we're sharing Farmers Market Faves this week, as we do every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And we partner with the Juice Plus company to inspire healthy living all around the world, and really to help people make one simple change that can make their lives healthier and help them jumpstart that journey. And it might be eating healthier foods, drinking more water, getting more sleep, or attempting to have less stress in their lives. So whatever that one simple change is, we want to inspire and motivate people to do that. And personally, I want to inspire as many people as I can all over to live their healthiest lives possible. You know, we do that through our intimate product line that has oodles of research supporting it. We have vegan, whole food capsules, chews, shakes, and bars. And we also have a really cool vertical aeroponic growing system, which we call the Tower Garden. And mine's name is Chloe. So Chloe's happy to be here with us today. And you can see a lot of green and growth on her. She's been growing 5 weeks. She just had a birthday party yesterday. And we're growing 52 fruits and vegetables on there and herbs that are just so awesome. And so, like I said, I'm joining you from really not so sunny Claremont, Florida. We're in the midst of a tropical storm, which has been sitting on us for about 4 days. So if you do start hearing some loud noise, it's because the rain is pouring a little bit heavier than it is now. And my friend and partner Rebecca is joining us from New Hampshire. Rebecca, you want to say hey?
Yeah, sure. It's odd to have it sunny here in New Hampshire and not so sunny down there in Florida.
Right.
I'm actually under my umbrella to avoid some of the sun for this, so that we can have a good visual. It's a little oppressive with the humidity today, but you know, we have so few months of nice weather, warm weather, where we could be outside, that I definitely will take it, and I am not complaining at all. So yeah, Nancy, what kind of things did you find at the farmers market this week?
No, I found two of my favorites. And one of the things I just want to go back and say is, you're sitting in the sun and I'm not. One of the coolest things about our business and our company is that we have the ability to partner with anyone, anywhere, and do all kinds of things together so that we can collaboratively inspire people all over the place. And this is our fifth weekly Farmers Market Faves. And, you know, bottom line, we love fresh food. Whether you're getting it from your markets, local farms, a CSA, you're growing it yourself, whatever that is, we know fresh food is the best food. And because we know the source, it's the highest quality, and you're getting the best nutritional value from foods that are fresh. And you know, the taste of fresh foods is awesome because it's so clean and it's so pure, and you can feel and taste those nutrients. And one of the things I love about fresh food, especially food that I grow, I don't need to worry about chemicals or contaminants. And, you know, we don't need to worry about any handling or transportation issues. And that right now is really critical. It always has been, but it really is now. And fresh food's kind of hard to describe, because once you start eating it, you really begin to crave the flavor and the impact that the nutrients are having on your body. And I want to get back to talking about the plan that we have for today. So I'm going to share 2 of my farmers market faves. Rebecca is going to share 2 of hers, and then she's going to do a really cool fresh prep recipe for us all. And then we're going to wrap it up. And what we really want to do is make sure that you've learned something along the way, and that hopefully we have inspired you to take one simple change to start or jumpstart your healthy living lifestyle. So here we go. My 2 farmers market faves this week are chives and ginger. And I'm going to grab some chives.
I love the fresh picking. Nancy and I are both highlighting things that are just fresh picked from our gardens today, and that just like it makes my heart smile.
And so, as you can see, I grabbed the chives from my Tower Garden. Her name is Chloe, Daddy, and Me. And then I got my ginger from a family-owned fresh market that's just around the corner from here called Kim's Cabbage Patch. And I love going there. One of the things with chives, you'll notice their smell And they're in the same family as garlic, onions, and leeks. And they have a really milder onion flavor. And what I like is they have a pretty light, playful texture. They're not super crunchy and they're not chewy. And I really prefer the chives. Oh, I just love them. I prefer the chives on top of something like a baked potato, or I'll garnish them on top of a fresh salad. Or one of the things I also love to do is just get a pile of them on a hot soup or a chowder, because the heat just kind of grabs it and pulls it down in and melts it in, and it's just so delightful. You know, one of the things that is so important about chives, a lot of people will overlook them, but they are really, you know, not defined as a superfood, but what they do because of the sulfur that's contained in the chives. Listen to all of this, and I'm going to look down at this to make sure I don't miss any of it. So they're associated with modifying your risk of cancer. The choline in the chives helps you with mood, memory, your brain and nervous system functions. The vitamin K is important for bone health and for blood clotting. The folate plays a role in dementia and cognitive function. And what's also cool is that chives contain lutein, which helps prevent age-related macular degeneration. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, just in that tiny, thin, flimsy green thing, you know, that a lot of people will push off to the side because they just think it's a garnish. And this little plant food that smells heavenly does so much for you and your body and your health. I love them. I put them on most everything. And
Nancy,
then my,
can you hold up the chives a little bit closer to the camera?
of course.
I would love to show, we did green onions a couple of weeks ago, and I'd love to show the difference between the size of a green onion and the size of the chives.
Right.
The green onion has a much more pungent flavor, like an onion, where the chives have a nice, delicate, a delicate flavor that, you know, more enhancing rather than being its own. Right.
And it's so light, you know, the flavor. And again, I like it because it also has such a playful texture. And
Exactly.
so my second fave this week is ginger. And I love ginger. That's what I have down here, if you can see that. And did you know it's one of the healthiest spices on the planet? And it goes back hundreds and thousands of years. And ginger is related to turmeric, cardamom, and galangal. And it just has a heavenly smell. And it has a very, very long history in both traditional and alternative medicinal values. You can use it fresh like this. You can grate it. You can dry it. You can use it powdered. And you can also use it as an oil or in a juice. To me, ginger adds a really complex, refreshing flavor when it's combined with spicy and savory foods. And I really like ginger steeped in mint tea first thing in the morning. It just really helps me set my day and my digestive system. And one of the other ways, probably my favorite way that I love it, is sliced with wasabi, soy, and sushi. And that, without a doubt, hands down, is my most favorite food on the planet. And when I travel, I love to find fine sushi restaurants because I like to see how they make the sushi and also what their specials are, because they use and they dance ginger both in the rolls, but also as the side accompaniment. So I just love it, and I'll look for that anywhere. Honestly, I've tried to make it at home a couple of times, and I haven't perfected it. And to me, it's one of the more difficult things to attempt to do. So I'm just going to keep letting the chefs do that, and I'll enjoy their creative works, and I'll stick with the things that I do.
Makes a nice treat to go out.
Right? Oh, I know. That's where I kind of feel spoiled when I get to go out for that. Now, with ginger, the bioactive compound that's most important is called the gingerol. And it's responsible for most of the medicinal properties that ginger has. And listen up to this, how it can help us live healthier lives. So the gingerol helps lower our risk of infection. It can also help prevent various types of nausea. So it's a tummy digestive system settler. It may reduce muscle pains and soreness. It can also help reduce symptoms of osteoarthritis, so joint-related issues, lowers blood sugar levels, and can help improve heart disease risk factors. And when I sit there and think of this itty bitty root, that is so powerful. And again, whether it's traditional or alternative medicinal pathways that we're choosing, ginger is one of the best things to keep on hand because it does so much. And it works on a lot of the systemic issues that we have. So I love it. Hey, Rebecca, what did you find? And if you can, turn on your smell so I can smell what you have this week.
Right? I really would, you know, we gotta go to Apple and get them to add that as the feature on the next iPad or iPhone.
Right. I think they'll do it for us.
Yeah, I think so. So I actually am wishing that I had a slice of ginger right now with me because I have a nice glass of mint infused water here. And the mint, I pulled, this happens to be chocolate mint that I pulled from my garden. And actually it's accidental in my garden. I had some out in the front and we had done some landscaping. We moved some plants out into the garden in the back, and lo and behold, some mint started popping out. It's amazing. I am happy to have it there though, because it is in an area that is somewhat contained, because when you plant mint, it kind of takes over. So you need to be careful with where you're planting it, that it doesn't become an invasive plant. But this mint, if you just like rub your fingers on it or crunch the leaf a little bit, it smells like chocolate mint, and it's awesome. It's so good.
I can smell it from here.
Right? I bet you can. But so what I did last night is I took a jug of water and I just infused some chocolate mint leaves in here. And then when I poured that into my ice water, I just put a couple more mint leaves on the top as a pretty little garnish, and it is absolutely delicious. Now, when I put these in here, I didn't even scrunch them up or anything. The mint is that strong; it just infuses into the water.
Okay.
My daughter had a taste of it last night, even, and it had only been going for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, and it was already absolutely delicious. So we're going to be using it in our recipe today, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about some of the ways that you can use mint, because sometimes I feel like specific herbs like a mint, you think of a dessert, or you think of, oh, you can smell it or infuse it, but like, how do you actually use it into different products and different dishes? So I came across recipes, for example, cucumber mint jam. Like, that sounds delicious to me. I am going to try infusing ginger into the water too, but I'm also going to try cucumber mint, and I have had that before. It's delicious, infused into the water. You can mix mint with valerian root to create kind of like a syrup, and take that to help you with sleep. So mint is also a great insect repellent. So a pot of it, and I think I'm going to do this now that I do have a bunch of mint in the back. I'm going to put a pot of it on the deck because it's an insect repellent.
Oh, that's
so
right.
No more mosquitoes. And it's true, because down in my garden there aren't mosquitoes there. It's pretty awesome. That, I think, are helping. You can make a mint and lemon hummus. You can make a mint pesto. And I wrote down the ingredients. I'm not making that today, but if you take 1 cup of mint, a quarter cup of raw honey, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and a quarter cup of sliced almonds, you can make a mint pesto. And then think about what you can do with that. You can put it on salads. You can put it as a dessert. You can put it make it with a pasta, like a pasta salad with some mint pesto on it. Mwah! Delicious. So some of the medicinal properties of mint are pretty cool. Allergy relief. because it's got rosmarinic acid in it, and that they're discovering more and more that helps with ridding symptoms of allergies, like seasonal allergies. It is great for a sunburn relief. So whether you mix it with some tea, or even if you were to just take a leaf of it, or probably a bigger one than this, but a leaf of it, and if you had a sunburn and just kind of rub it on your sunburn, or leave it on there with a cool paper towel, that is going to help with the pain of a sunburn. Mint, if you add it to coconut oil, and you can put it on the bottom of your feet or on your chest, it helps relieve some congestion. So it really is, it also, if you were to scrunch it up and put it with probably a little coconut oil or maybe some jojoba oil, you can add it, you can rub it on your temples, and it will help with getting rid of any kind of headaches, specifically stress headaches. So, it's what I love about it. Not only is it delicious and you can use it for multiple different purposes, but it grows so prolifically that, we should all be using mint all the time, right? It's really available, and it grows so well. So
I was thinking we all need some mint based on what you were just describing the benefits are.
Right. And the other thing that is really cool is if you are watching your weight, or if you're trying to curb your appetite, you can take a piece of mint and just chew on it prior to eating, or if you're craving something. And there's a cooling, and I'll have to look it up. There's something in the mint that helps curb your appetite. So actually, that is an interesting, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. So the ginger is a fiery, and so you eat that and it helps with digestion. And then the mint is a cooling. So if your tummy is all about, digestion and having a healthy system, if you eat mint beforehand, it's going to cool it down so that you're not wanting to have more food than you need. And after, it's nice to cool it down to, as a symbol of being done with the meal. Kind of like how they put breath mints at the end. It's not just for breath. Let's see, the second thing that I would like to highlight today is pineapple. Now, I've already cut this up, but I stuck this here on top. So Nancy and I were talking about how it's a little funny that I'm the one that's highlighting pineapple because she's got some growing in her backyard. But I went to the store and I got an organic, super sweet pineapple, fresh pineapple, and it is delicious. It was hard for me as I was cutting this to not eat it all. So pineapple is amazing. It's anti-inflammatory because of the bromelain, and that helps protein digesting properties. It is high in vitamin C, and that helps support our immune system. The potassium in it helps protect against heart disease, and the fiber in it and the high water content help with digestion. So it is an amazing, tasty way to add some of these great properties into your diet. Oh, and the other one that I wanted to highlight is it's high manganese, supports bone strength. I love that one. That one makes me happy. Anyway, so without further ado, let's make some pineapple mint salsa.
Yummy.
These ingredients, I am telling you, this is more than any other dish I've made. These ingredients smell so good today. So what I'm going to do is this is a pretty simple recipe actually. I'm going to take my fresh pineapple here, dump it into the bowl. I've cut up into tiny little pieces some red onion. So I'm gonna put that in. So it's about 2 cups of pineapple and about a half a cup of chopped red onion. I used a little more only because I love red onion. And then I am going to take my mint. I have all my full mint here, but I pre-chopped up some other pieces of it. And all I did is take off the leaves, and I kind of stacked them. I'll show you here what I did because it may be a little challenging. So I stacked the leaves up in a little pile. Let's see where I cut it down the middle, and then I chopped. And then we've got tiny little pieces of mint. Because the leaves are just small enough that they're not, you can't do like the typical pick a leaf and roll it and slice it that way. So just a quick little hint there. And add this chocolate mint in here. So this is really like a dessert salsa because you do get the tinge of chocolate there, which is delicious. So I'm going to mix that up. And I'm going to add the juice of a lime. And you know, before I juice, I think I'm just gonna roll this lime and get the juices all going in there. I feel like I'm glad that you highlighted limes early on, Nancy, because I feel like I want to use them in everything.
They're wonderful.
Yeah. So the one ingredient that I am not using that I know Nancy is very disappointed in me, but I promise next time I will, is this would be a great dish to also add a little bit of jalapeno, chopped up jalapeno into, just to add that kick into it. But I'm working on my spice level, so I chose to leave that out. And I thought with the chocolate mint, I don't know, this is a little bit sweeter. So juice of a lime. I only did half a lime right now, but it's the juice in this pineapple is absolutely amazing in here. And then the citrus in the lime is just meddling everything together. I cannot wait to go and get some. And I forgot also to bring out my Himalayan salt. Sprinkle a little salt on there. I cannot wait to get my tortilla chips for this and start chomping away. It would also be great with some of those pita chips that might have some cinnamon sugar on them, or yeah, any of the pita would be delicious with this. You could really make it be more of a sweet or a savory kind of thing. So we did a little bit of bonus here with the 2 ideas: the infused water for the and the pineapple mint salsa. So seriously, this smells delicious.
Oh
so,
my God.
Yeah. So I love all of the ideas that we've had, all of the different things that we can do with things that are just right outside in our garden or are starting to become ripe in all of our areas. You know, Nancy and I are here together because of the Juice Plus company, where the mission is to inspire living around the world. And seeing all of our locations here, seeing all of the different varieties of things that we're able to have, I think that we're covering some good ground on the mission. We talked about a few fresh finds. You know, together we can really make a difference, both finding creative ways to use our local food and eating what we have available to us wherever we are, and finding really good choices. And what we do is also use Juice Plus, which I have a little display of behind me here, to bridge the gap between what we are able to get into our diets and what we should be eating on a daily basis. So we are so thankful for the Juice Plus company for bridging that gap, for helping us bridge that gap. So we hope that you feel that this has been time well spent. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, we would love to see you again here at 10 o'clock next Saturday morning as we talk about some other fresh finds that we have. We also have an online group called One Simple Change, where we're always sharing healthy ideas and just ways to put our health first and our wellness first. And if you would like to join that, just talk to the person who invited you to this live. Over to you, Nancy.
Okay, Rebecca, that looked amazing. And again, I think I can smell it from here. So like Rebecca said, we're going to be here every Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And a couple of things we'd love to give you as steps forward for you. Look for us on the Facebook group, which is Farmers Market Faves. Consider joining the Facebook group, which is One Simple Change, and one of us can certainly add and invite you to that. And then secondly, what is one step that you can do today? What is one simple step that you can do to jumpstart your way to living a little healthier life? And remember, it can be exercise, rest, stress related, or food related. Also, what we'd love for you to do is engage on the Facebook page and let us know what you'd like to hear about. What are some foods you'd like us to explore? Or what questions might you have about a certain food? And if you want to, you can give out tips for Rebecca if there's this amazing recipe that you'd love to see her do, keeping in mind that she does real quick fresh prep and she does it amazing. So again, we just want to say thank you for joining us this Saturday. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday, and also to seeing your comments and your engagement on our Facebook page, Farmers Market Faves. Thanks, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your weekend.
Thank you.